What's up, y'all? I appreciate y'all welcoming. My name is Elijah Rush, and I'm going to be reading Gideon and his army. And we're going to be reading from Judges chapter 6 and 7. So, and we're going to just kind of go along and things that really stood out to me. Excuse me. Excuse me. And we'll be doing this live. So, um, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of content, and let me know what you think and your interpretation or the way your book reads. So today we're gonna be reading from the Sefer Bible, and so I'm gonna pull up my little ChatGPT image here, and we're gonna get into it. So I really could just here. Let me see something. What am I doing? I just wrote. mm. All right, just bear with me, y'all. Let's see here. Let's do some. Yeah, it gotta be longer. This should work. No, see, I would got copyrighted for that. I probably did.
Nice try, but remember, O for out.
I know. Excuse the me my time. All right. So, without further ado, shout out to these people right here. All right. check, check, check. So I'm gonna make sure y'all can see me, and we're gonna get into it. If that's too loud, let me know. I'm turning it down just a little bit more. All right, so we're gonna start in Judges chapter 6. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go too far into it. So we're gonna start at Judges chapter 6, verse 19, and we're gonna read from there. So it says, "And Gideon went in and made ready a kid and unleavened cakes of an ephah of flour. The flesh he put in a basket, and he put the broth in a pot, and brought it unto him under the oak, and presented it. And the angel of Elohim said unto him, Take the flesh and the matzah cakes, and lay them upon this rock. Pour out the broth. And he did so. Then the angel of Yahuwah put forth the end of the staff that it was in his hand, and touched the flesh and the matzah cakes. Excuse me. And there rose up fire out of the rock, and consumed the flesh and the matzah cakes. Then the angel of Yahuwah departed out of his sight. And when Gideon perceived that he was an angel of Yahuwah, Gideon said, Alas, O Adonai Yahuwah, for because I have seen an angel of Yahuwah face to face. And Yahuwah said unto him, Peace be unto you, fear not, you shall not die. Then Gideon built an altar there unto Yahuwah, and called it Yahuwah Shalom. Unto this day it is yet Ophrah of the Avri Harazim. And it came to pass the same night that Yahuwah said unto him, Take your father's young bullock, even the second bullock of the 7 years old, and throw down the altar of Baal that your father has, and cut down the Asherah pole that is by it, and build an altar unto Yahuwah Laheka upon the top of this rock, in order place, and take the second bullock offering and the sending smoke sacrifice with the wood of the Asherah pole which you shall cut down. Then Gideon took 10 men of his servants and did as Yahuwah said unto him. So it was, because he feared his father's household and the men of the city, that he could not do it by day, and that he did it by night. So I guess this thing that ChatGPT made was pretty spot on right now. And when the men of the city arose early in the morning, behold, the altar of Baal was cast down, the Asherah pole was cut down that was by it, and the second bullock was offered upon the altar that was built. And they said one to another, Who has done this thing? And when they inquired and asked, and they said, Gideon, the son of Joash, has done this thing. And the men of the city of Joash, bring out your son, that he may die, because he has cast down the altar of Baal, because he has cast down the Asherah pole that was by it. And Joash said unto all that stood against him, Will ye plead for Baal? Will ye save him? He that will plead for him, let him be put to death while it is yet morning. If he be an Elohim, let him plead for himself, because one has cast down his altar. Therefore on that day he called him Yerbalah, saying, Let Baal plead against him, because he has thrown down his altar. So he just changed his son's name. Then all the Midianim and the Amalekim and the children of the east were gathered together and went over and pitched in the valley of Jezreel. But the Ruach Yahuwah came upon Gideon and he blew a shofar. And Aviezer was gathered after him, and he sent messengers throughout all of Manasseh, who also was gathered after him, and sent messengers unto Asher, unto Zephalim, and unto Naphtali, and they came up to meet him. Let me make sure y'all can hear me. Behold, I'll put a fleece of wool in the floor, and if the dew be on the fleece only, and be dry upon all the earth beside, then shall I know that you will save Yasharel by my hand. Let me not lose my place. Excuse me. As you have said, and it was so, for he rose up early on the morrow, and thrust the fleece together, and wrinkled the dew out of the fleece, a bowl full of water. And Gideon said unto Elohim, Let not your anger be hot against me, and I will speak but this once. Let me prove, I pray you, but this once with the fleece. Let it now be dry only upon the fleece, and upon all the ground let there be dew. And Elohim did so that night, for it was dry upon the fleece only, and there was dew all all on the ground. So if y'all didn't catch that, Yahuwah just showed Gideon that he was gonna be with him in the army if they was gonna go to war. So basically he had like some cotton or something, and he put it on the ground, and he wanted it to be dry, because if it was dew on the ground, that means that everything would have been wet. But when he got up the next morning, Yahuwah gave him what he asked for to see if he was gonna be with him or not, and it was dry. So now Ball, I guess now is naming that Gideon. Ball uh heard from Yahuwah, so let's keep going. Then Ball, who is Gideon, all the people that were with him rose up early and pitched beside in Trod, so that the hosts of the Midianim were on the north side of them, by the hill of Morah in the valley. And Yahuwah said unto Gideon, the people that are with you are too many for me to give the Midianim into their hands, lest Yasharel vaunt themselves against me, saying, my own hand has saved me. Y'all hear that? This is the first thing Yahuwah did. He said, if y'all want to win against the Midianim, he said, lower your numbers so y'all won't think y'all did this yourself. They said, lower your numbers. Nah, that's too much people. Like, think about this. They better go to a war. And Yahuwah said, lower your numbers. Excuse me. Now, therefore, go to proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, whosoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Galaad. There you go. He just lowered it even more. I mean, not really, but now he just did. He just lowered it. He said, whoever is fearful and afraid, let him return and depart early from Mount Galaad. And there returned of the people 22,000. 22,000. There remained 10,000. So we got 10,000 people in the army now. At first it was 22,000. Now it's 10,000. And Yahuwah said unto Gideon, the people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I'll try them for you there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto you, this shall go with you, the same shall go with you. And whomsoever I say unto you, this shall not go with you, the same shall not go. So brought him down to the water. So he brought the people down unto the water, and Yahuwah said unto Gideon, everyone that laps of the water with his tongue, as a dog laps, him shall you set by himself. Likewise, everyone that bows down upon his knee to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand in their mouth, were 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. So what did he just say? Basically, he just brought them down to the water. He said, whoever drink like with their hands like this, like that, yeah, they can come to the war. But everybody that go over there and go to the water and start drinking like a dog, they got to go back home. Like, I mean, I get it. Yeah, y'all need to go back home. Y'all need to go back home. So basically, it was only 300 men that drunk the right way, according to Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said unto Gideon, by the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianim into your hand, and let all the other people go, every man unto his place. So the people took victuals in their hand, and their shofars. And he sent all the rest of Yasharel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men. And the host of the Midian was beneath him in the valley. All right, so let's just get a visual here. Let's get a visual. So I'm trying to help y'all like get the idea. So they got their shofars, right? They got their shofar and they got like a pitcher, like, you know what I'm saying, for water. So everybody, 300 men got a pitcher and a shofar. And retained those 3 men, and the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. So they was in the valley and they was like on the mountain. They got the high ground right now. And it came to pass the same night that Yahuwah said unto him, Arise, get you down unto the host, for I have delivered it into your hand. For if you fear to go down, go with Porah, your servant, down to the host. Excuse me. And you shall hear what they say, and afterward shall your hands be strengthened to go down unto the host. Then went he down with Porah his servant unto the outside of the armed men that were in the host, and Midian and Amalek, and all the sons of East Nephilim in the valley. Wow, so they even fight Nephilim. And the Midian and Amalek and the sons of the east, Nephilim in the valley like grasshoppers in abundance, and camels without number, like sand at the edge of the sea in abundance. And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man that told a dream unto his fellow, and said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled in the host of Midian, and came unto a tent, and smote it that it fell, and overturned it. And the tent laid along, and his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Yasharel. For in his hand has Elohim delivered Midian and all the host. So he went down there and gave him prophecy that, and confirmation that he was going to defeat Midian. And it was so when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped and returned into the host of Yeshurun and said, Arise, for Yahuwah has delivered into your hand the host of Midian. And he divided 300 men into 3 companies, and he put a shofar in every man's hand with empty pitchers and lamps within the pitchers. Okay, I'm imagining that now. Like a lamp, like a pitcher with a light in it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like I can imagine like a candle that's surrounded by glass. You know, something like that. And he said unto him, Look on me and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outside of the camp, it shall be that as I do, so shall ye do. When I blow with a shofar, and all I and all that are with me, blow ye the shofars also on every side of the camp, and say, The sword of Yahuwah and of Gideon. So Gideon and 300 men that were with him came unto the outside of the camp at the beginning of the middle watch, and they had but newly set the watch. And they blew the shofars and broke the pitchers that was in their hands. And the 3 companies blew the shofars, broke the pitchers, and held the lamps in their left hands, and the shofars in their right hands, and blow withal. And they cried, The sword of Yahuwah and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp. And all the host ran and cried and fled. And 300 men blew the shofars. And Yahuwah set every man's sword against his fellow, even throughout all the host. And the host of fled to Bet Hashtah and Jeretha and the border of El and Tabith. And the men of Yeshua gathered themselves together out of the Naphtali and out of Asher and out of Manasseh, and pursued after Midianim. So I don't know if y'all got all that. My ear, hold on. But yeah, like, so you got confirmation, and then he said, okay, out of my 300, y'all gonna split up into 3 companies. One of y'all go over there, one of y'all go over there, and we gonna all have our shofars and our pitchers with our light. And When I tell you how to blow the shofar, and say the sword of Yahuwah and of Gideon. So they did it, and then the army, Midianims, they start attacking each other. Everybody started attacking each other, and then they saw the war get took. Not about a they it started getting taken over just by them saying the words, the sword of Yahuwah and of Gideon, and they won the war. And so everybody wanted him to be king. Everybody wanted him to be the king and stuff like that. But today's just about Gideon and his 300. Let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all. So this story is important to me because it shows once again Yahuwah's faith and Gideon's faith. And when he saw Yahuwah and you know, just to know that Yahuwah's with you is a different feeling, especially them seeing angels. And I bet they had all the confidence to know that Yahuwah was with them, you know. I mean, just thinking about how much confirmation that he got. For one, he had an angel of Yahuwah with him. And but he gave an offering, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that I've been reading about personally. Like, it's important for us to give in order to receive anything of Yahuwah, to be in any good standing with him and any relationship that we have. It's more better to give so your hands can be open to receive. Y'all be